Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. And this is going to be, well, let's just say a wild card weekend or a wild card nights of a slew of TPW stars, just like it's NFL wild card weekend here. And boy, what a finish to the Rams and Panthers. We're going to certainly bring you here a rising star that has got a lot to talk about here. We're going to run through some people you haven't seen, some people you see here all the time. But I'm really excited here to start the night off here from a wild card of TPW stars with one of those rising stars that we get a chance to meet here for the first time, the reigning defending TPW Rising Stars champion, the one and only Tommy J. My friend, honored to meet you here at Sportswire Radio tonight and happy you can spend a few minutes with us.
The honor is all yours, I assure you. But I must say, it is nice to be here. Be formally recognized when a lot of TPW doesn't seem to actually like that. But is what it is.
So talk to me real quick, since I got to get to a slew of other people. What does it mean to you to be the reigning defending TPW Rising Stars champion?
Now, I know it would be like PR nice of me to just say, oh, it means the world to me. That I'm just so happy. But in all honesty, this just feels like an inevitability. I saw Mikey almost immediately when I debuted, which, might I add, was just a month ago. In just a month, I have already become champion. But I saw him, and I was just disappointed. Because, as I have mentioned in my previous work, which everyone should go check out, by the way, I was sad that this man was who people believed was the best rising star in the company. Well, I come along, and it just felt like an inevitability that I would be holding that belt. Now, I don't have it with me, which is unfortunate, but that is the way things are sometimes. But I didn't see it as an accomplishment and rather a fulfilling of a prophecy, as it were. Because, I mean, we've all seen what I can do. We knew there wasn't a chance that I was losing to Mikey. So I guess it was nice to have the formalities over with, but I wouldn't exactly call it a surprise.
Well, I guess then we've seen TPW stars come here in a short amount of time and do some big things. Dario Devine last year, Nathaniel Rage late in the year prior, and you'd like to be in the ranks of those individuals who have held the TPW championship. And I mean, what are your goals here in TPW?
Well, to be the best. I mean, though, not just to be the best, I want to remove the chaff, the people that don't deserve to be in a company with myself. So I am looking to become a champion, and it will happen. Well, not a champion, the champion. But I'm more looking to make TPW worthy to have someone like Tommy J in it, you know? Because, like, they could keep putting me with absolute jabronis, but what would that really do to make TPW better?
So what
Instead,
do you want to do to make TPW better? You say that you don't want to be with some of these other talent that you named a word. So what do you want to do then to make TPW better?
I think the best way I could describe it is I want to expose to CEO Rocky the sheer mediocrity that TPW finds itself. Like, you know how many matches I've had? Four
Yep.
matches. And not just TPW, in promo wrestling. Now, in 4 matches in promo wrestling, how many do you think were against current champions? 3.
Well, I would have said current, yeah, probably 2 or 3.
3. 75% of my matches have been against champions.
Okay.
And I have beaten every single one convincingly. Both CEO Rocky and Durag Ron both said that I squashed Mikey, a current champion. I beat the Viceroy handedly. Now, obviously, those are lower card people, but really, if I just made my debut, I should not be embarrassing people that Rocky props up as the best in the company. Now, that seems a bit wrong.
Moving up, couldn't you say you're moving up the ladder to where, let's say, I don't know, in a month from now, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, and you'll be alongside the likes of a Nathaniel Rage in the past or a Dario Divine? I mean, couldn't you say that maybe that's what happens?
I suppose, but if someone is in a company to just be stomped on, what business do they have really being in that company?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm not in TPW.
I
What
mean,
do you think?
obviously, I don't know the booking, but I just think, personally, that if you aren't worthy of being the best, you don't have business being in a promotion.
I mean, that's a question again.
And
That's a question
honestly,
for Rocky. Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
if I'm being real, it doesn't exactly end with guys like Mikey and the Viceroy and like all those kind of lower card belts. Because you look up and see people who are amongst the best. Now there are some talents. I mean, Comatose is talented. We can't deny that. Uh, Dario Divine, like you mentioned, very talented, very good to me. But even up to levels like AJ, there are glaring flaws in their games.
Oh, we're gonna get to
And yet
him tonight.
everyone just
He's
seems
gonna
to.
be here in a little while. We're gonna certainly find out what he has to say. Don't you worry.
I'm sure you will. He does love talking, almost as much as Maxwell does.
Well, he'll be
Uh,
here as well later on. So we'll certainly, I'm sure, have plenty between those two. I have no doubt.
but when I look at them, I don't necessarily see champion material. Like, I see people who have some ability, but for example, I don't know if this is peeking behind the curtain a little bit, but every single time I enter the TPW locker room, it's always Maxwell and someone else bitching at each other. Like, always. Can I say that? I don't care.
Well, you just did. We're live in
And
prime time on the brightest slice, the biggest stage. I mean, you said that. I mean, I wouldn't know enough to comment on those things. I mean, so
I mean,
ultimately,
if you're in the
yeah.
locker room, you know that's how it is. But
I don't know. I don't know how it is. I'm not in TPW, but I tell you what I do know is that you mentioned something else here. Let's just say wink and a nod outlawed. You remember that? And what would you like to say on that?
I guess I just like to say be ready. Because there are a lot of people who, like I said, call themselves the best in this tournament. I mean, heck, Maxwell is in it as present, our
Yes.
current champion. Uh, and it would look very bad for them if a newbie came in and defeated them. So I just want to say be ready because I am going to take the Outlaw Championship. That is just how it is going to be. I am not going to stop until I call myself the quickest double champion in the history of TPW because I was robbed of being the fastest champion. So I am not just myself, already one of the most talented promo artists on the entire planet, but I am determined along with that.
Well, you certainly
So I'm
seem
just saying, be
determined.
ready.
You certainly seem determined, and we're definitely ready for what you'll do in the future. And we're definitely ready for you to be here anytime. And if you're on Instagram, go follow Tommy J. He is the reigning defending TPW Rising Stars champion, and he had issued his own video, which is on his Instagram page. In regards to that, you'll also see some other content, and we'll say hello to everybody periodically throughout the chat. So listen, I got to get to my next person. I want to give you the floor. I want to give you some closing thoughts. It's very nice to meet you here. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do here, not just in TPW, but elsewhere. And the floor is yours. And anything else you want to say, take it away.
I think I just like to close with telling every single champion in TPW to just not get cocky, you know? Because I'm pretty sure every single match I've had has been against someone who tried to play the angle of, well, you're new, you're not even worthy of fighting me. And I stomped every single one of those people into the ground. And then I meet other people who are champions, who still try that same angle, who are champions that are higher up on the totem pole, as it were. And I just think, have you guys learned nothing? Because I will take those words and I will shove them back into your mouth until you choke. So don't think you're above me. Because if you think you're above me, I'm going to crush you beneath my heel. And that's just how it is, man.
And yes, that is Tommy J, and he is here, and he is here for another minute or so before we bring on Michael Malice. We're gonna bring him right on here, and he is,
Oh my, that emo.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Well, Tommy J, we wanted to open with you are a rising star, and I agree with you. You definitely have a lot of potential in bringing home more championship gold, especially in TPW. I'm very excited to see what you do in the future. I look forward to you coming back onto Sportswire Radio. Maybe you will be a double champion. Maybe you will have more championships that you'll compete for in other places and whatever else you'll do. And I want to thank you very much for the opportunity, and look forward to seeing what you do here, especially in your next battle here in TPW coming up.
Well, I sure do hope you'll check it out if you want some actually good promo wrestling for once.
I always try to check out everybody in TPW. We've had a great relationship with TPW, and I look forward to seeing you on here. We appreciate TPW and their support of Sportswire Radio. We were in Parade Magazine last week, so it's an honor to have that opportunity. And guys like yourself certainly helped us. So thank you so much, my friend. Congratulations on being the Rising Star champion, and I'll definitely see you soon here.
I believe we'll be meeting again soon.
Oh, we will. That is Tommy J. He is the reigning defending TPW Rising Stars champion. You can see him in action through the TPW Instagram page. Also, you can follow him on his own Instagram page. And we thank Tommy. We'll get to some more people throughout the next 90 or so minutes. And joining us is a man that has been here before. It has certainly been a minute. And we're talking about the man that now calls himself the savior of TPW. And that is Michael Malice. It has been a minute. And how are you, my friend?
I am great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good to see you, my friend. Obviously, it has been a minute, more than a minute. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about what's ahead for you in TPW for a few minutes.
Yeah. So I wanted to get on here just to state that speaking of the Outlaw Championship tournament.
Yes, I just had Tommy J here. I know you were in the back while you were waiting for him to come off, correct?
Yes, Tommy. Great work. But I'm gonna take the floor from here. So this week I faced Jaheel Thunderbolt.
Yes, you'll be hearing from him very soon. Sure, yep.
I can't wait to hear from him. The reason why I call myself the savior of TPW is because there's a lot of people who think that they are above everybody. They think that they are the Mr. Cocky Badass, and they think they're so great. When in reality, there are people that work really hard and people that work day in and day out.
Okay.
As much as people give him crap, right. Elliot Creed, perfect example.
Okay. Well, I got to get to, I love the rant about the TPW locker room, but I want to get to your situation. Let's talk about that so we can talk about it.
All right. I did take a while off.
Yes.
Because I was expecting to be a dad, and some things unfortunately had changed.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
You're okay. But I now have more time on my hands, I guess.
Well, and that's what I'm looking forward to you talking about here in TPW right now, because I got a few minutes, so talk to me. What can we expect with your match here?
You're gonna expect a lot of from the heart talking.
Okay.
A lot of me telling the people how it is, that you shouldn't be looking at people that'll spit you straight in the face. Straight in the face. Mm-hmm. And actually look at people that are supporting you, that are motivating you to help make the world a better place, make TPW a better place. And that's why the savior is a big thing for me, because there are people I want to say AJ Storm, which we're going to hear from before.
We're going to hear from him later. Yes, we're going to definitely hear from him, and we're eagerly anticipating his return to Sportswire for the first time in 10 months. Yes.
Yes, with Comatose.
Yes. I got that, and but I want you to talk about you. I know you're running down the card, but I'm going to do that. So talk to me about what we can expect with you.
What you can expect from me is that I am going to give 110% every single time in this tournament. It's not going to be even close because people are going to underestimate me. It's always been a thing for me. Like, people always underestimate me. People always think, "Oh, you're the young one." I started doing this when I was 16. I
Yes,
started
I
in
remember.
TPW when I was 17. People thought like, "Oh, this kid's not going to be any good because he's younger than all of us." But I had a record of 5-2, I believe, when I was 17 years old. Now that I'm 18, I am now getting back into the swing. So I'm adapting more of a split personality type thing, and it seems to be working very well.
So, what are your
So
goals here in TPW for this year? What are your goals in your return?
my main goal was to be TPW champion. It's still going. It's still ongoing.
Right,
It's
right, right.
outstanding. But right now I'm mostly focused on the Outlaw Championship. Got nothing else in my sights.
Obviously, yep. Good point.
And I'm, as I've told many people, I may be like a face, but I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm here to just make sure I'm better than anybody that stands in front of me, you know?
And you mentioned Jahil Thunderbolt, and talk to me about him.
Okay, Jahil, I got a lot to say about you.
I got about 5 minutes with you, so
All
let's
right,
hear
cool.
it.
I got 5 minutes to talk to you about this nonsense. So, Jahil, you you always come in the same with promos. You always do, and it's always seems to be very easy to pick you apart though. But in a way that I don't want to like pick you apart in a way that like will remove you from promo wrestling completely, like the name being scratched off, but enough for you to get out of my way so that I'm able to continue with my business, you know? Because it's gonna happen. I'm going to work really hard to get this Outlaw Championship, as it will be my first championship in promo wrestling.
And what would that mean to you?
Oh, it would mean the world because I've worked so hard. I've worked so hard for the moment to be proud of myself of like, I did this. I worked really hard. I busted my ass. I got on day. I've never no showed. I've come in and day out. Never once lost. I have lost and I've won, but I've never lost by no show. So I just keep improving day in and day out.
And give me words then for Jahil Thunderbolt. Give me some final words for him.
Well, Jahil, I really, really hope that this was a good learning experience for you because I watched your first hype and it's hard to explain.
Talk to me about you. Talk to me. I'll worry about him later. But I want you to tell the audience why you got to get there
Oh,
for me. Come on, let's go.
okay. Sorry. Got a lot on my mind.
I know you do, and I want you to talk to the audience about that because I see your
Yeah.
peers are watching. So, let me hear it.
All right. So, Jahil, I am a very, very powerful individual in my brain. So when I put forth some effort, you are not really ready for when I try to convey a point because it will come across a lot better than what you have to offer. And that's just saying the truth. I'm not trying to like downgrade you in a way, but I am simply speaking from the heart that I can safely say that I have more talent than you, and it's not a bad thing. You just have to work on it. But to the people that are watching this, um, so how do you feel about me? I don't really, I don't really care how you feel about me, but I know how I feel about me. I know how confident I feel in my performance this week. Hoping to make it next to the next week, and yeah, just overall working hard.
That's it. That's all you can do if you are on Instagram and you want to follow Michael Malice. You can do that there on his Instagram page. You'll be seeing him a lot more in TPW coming up, and we'll certainly, I am sure, find out what his future is. I see there's a lot of people in the chat that certainly have their feelings, and we'll, I'm sure, get to some of those later. I'm going to give you the floor now for some closing thoughts and anything else you want to plug, share, or say, and you can take it away.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to CEO Rocky, Texas Promo Wrestling. Amazing company. If you guys want to check it out,
Absolutely.
Feel free to DM Rocky and get yourself in here. You can be like maybe the next Nathaniel Rage, maybe the next Michael Malice. Who knows?
I think Nathaniel Rage is a man I mentioned earlier with Tommy J, Dario Divine, guys that came in here to TPW in a short amount of time, and they most certainly proved that they can really move up the ladder. I know Tommy J had said a lot about that, and I'm sure that in your second run here in TPW, in your return, that maybe you will have an opportunity to do some of those things. I have no idea, and I will get to a couple of quick comments. And why should you be TPW champion? According to one individual that will be honored here later on, why should you be the TPW champion? And another individual that's been moving up the ladder said, if you don't care, why ask?
Well, to answer the first question of why I won't deserve to be TPW champion, I'm a man of the people. I've always been a man of the people. Whether I've been a face or a heel, it doesn't matter. I've been a man of the people. I listen to what they say. I listen to how they are. They tell me what I need to improve on. They tell me what I need to critique. I'll work on it. But if they tell me that I'm just straight up trash, I'm not going to listen to them. I'm going to go on my straightforward way. And that's why I have a lot of grit. That's why I would make a great TPW champion, because I think about the people. I don't think about just myself. You all got to be a little selfish here and there, but you mostly got to think about, how do I make it entertaining for the people? And to answer Eli Bowman, which I did see.
Yes.
Eli, if I didn't care, why would I say anything? Because it needs to be said that people have their own opinions, and that's what the beauty of the free speech is. However, what I like to do is prove them wrong, prove why they don't deserve to be acknowledged. Everyone should be acknowledged for their own opinion. However, if it does not benefit you, you should not be acknowledging the negativity.
Hey, you know what? It's obviously you're going to figure things out here, and this run here in TPW, we'll certainly see what the future brings. I have no doubt we'll certainly be talking a lot about it. And Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do this time. And the best is yet to come. And we'll certainly see if you are the savior of TPW. And we'll see you soon, my friend.
I'll see you soon, brother. Thank you for having me on.
All right, that is Michael Malice, and we'll be bringing on the next person shortly. And if you are here on Sportswire Radio, I want to remind people we are going to be hearing from a slew of your TPW favorites here, and definitely is a wild card night, just like NFL wild card weekend. You are going to see a wild card run here of some of your favorites in TPW. You'll see, I'm sure, the likes of Dario Divine later on, and he had a few things to say. Another individual that you'll be definitely seeing here in a little while, AJ Storm. Boy, I'm excited to see him in his return to Sportswire Radio, him and Comatose. Boy, it's career versus stretcher. We'll talk about that later. Thank you to Eli Bowman. I was talking with Eli before, and we hope to see him on here in the coming weeks. We'll try to do this as a monthly occurrence here on Sportswire to get some of the TPW guys on. So if Rocky's okay with that, maybe we'll do this and we'll check in maybe once a month with some of your favorites here in TPW. That way we keep everybody here and giving everybody that chance to be on the platform, because we want to show our support for TPW. And this guy, I'm sure, will be a topic and be on here later on. A while off after dealing with the dumpster muffin because this stuff is bonkers, at least a week. Well, you got to take that up, AJ Harrison, with Rocky. That is another, though, that is the United Nations champion, AJ Harrison. And Camo Cam is here. Camo, I know, will certainly be looking forward to our IMF shows coming up. And yes, Tommy was very impressive. Very, very impressive to see Tommy J on here for the first time. And we have Draquan, and I think Draquan will be joining us in a little while. So we'll be getting ready for the next person. And we do see that the Rain Chef, who are going to be honoring as well. So a lot to talk about here. And I am very excited about those things. So we'll be here throughout the evening. And speaking of other people who will be on here in a little while, there is the man that I am very excited to hear from. Also coming up here, the world heavyweight champion in TPW, Maxwell Mangione. And boy, he's going to have a lot to say here on Sportswire Radio. So I'm excited about that, and we will certainly get to it. And like I said, if you're out there, hit the sub button for us on YouTube. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Twitch, all those other platforms, you can most certainly do that here. And I'm excited about what's ahead here throughout the evening. And also, if you have a chance, please follow TPW on Instagram. TPW is the mothership of promo wrestling companies. So join us in supporting TPW. We would really appreciate that here. And also, I want to say hello to Zilla. Zilla's in the house, and Zilla's always with us for most of the shows. And I appreciate you, Zilla. And if you want to follow Tommy J on Instagram, you can also do that there on his page. And we look forward to seeing more of Tommy J here on Sportswire Radio. And I get an invite, a collab invite from Jerry Main, but we're here live on Sportswire. And yes, IGPW too. We want to support them as well. And EPW and OPW, CPW Wars, TPF Warzone. So support all the companies, but I have TPW on here tonight, Mr. Storm. So that's what I'm talking about at the moment. And I'm sure we'll talk about all those great companies here coming up shortly. So we're going to bring on our next guest or two. We're waiting for them to come on to the stream, and I'm very excited about what's ahead. So we'll get ready for that. And also want to remind everybody that if you have a chance, there we go. Actually, I spoke too soon because somebody got beat, and I'm excited to see this person here because the other person, who knows what they're doing, but he's here, the reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion of TPW. You've been waiting for it, and you got it, and it came at a great time. Draquan, nice to see you, and boy, I know you have a lot to say right now.
Oh, man, what can I say? What can I say? I'm happy to be here on the Sportswire Radio.
Yes.
Day in and day out, because I've been looking for this time. I've been looking.
Oh, that's why today is the day for TPW. Today is the day. You're in TPW. You're here.
Indeed, I am. Indeed, I am. What you got for me, Brody? What you got?
Talk to me first of all about what does it mean to you to be the TPW Intercontinental Champion?
Well, simple. A workhorse, a man that has shown up, done what he needs to do, and kick anyone's butt that has been placed in front of me. Now, I had to go through a tournament, which I ran, by the way, a gauntlet, I should add, and I did what I was supposed to do. I told everyone here at TPW that I am and will be your Intercontinental Champion, and look at it. Look at it. I ran through that tournament, and I smoked out each and every last one of my opponents, basically leaving them high, delusional, and messed up at the end.
No, you did. You definitely did, and congratulations. Now, I got to ask you what's on everybody's minds, especially with that smoke you brought in the Enterprise. What happened there? And I'm sure some guy that's here in this chat, AJ Harrison, a Don of Combat, I mean, he didn't see that one coming. And you got to talk to me about the swerve heard well around the Enterprise world.
A swerve? The swerve that was meant and was going to happen, or should I say no one saw it coming? Because everyone thought I was playing by the book. Everyone knew for a fact when I came into this, I lived and died by the book. And quite frankly, when it came down to AJ Harrison, the book got scrapped. It got burned. The man quit on me. And I don't like quitters. And seeing that Comatose Loverboy and Jerry Main have both come into this company just like I have within a short amount of time, and not only impressed, but win a championship and hold that championship to the end of the year, going into the next. Now, granted, I was the United Nations, quote unquote, even though it's the United States champion and AJ Harrison is holding at the current moment because he is living in my sloppy seconds. He doesn't like it, but he's going to have to admit it. I held down that title for 10 long months. And
You're a
quite
great
frankly,
champion.
he can't
Absolutely.
even live up
You're a
half
great
to it.
champion. Yep. No question about that. Can't argue that you were a tremendous part of TPW's success in 2025 and the dawn of combat. Maybe, I guess, from your vantage point, maybe should have focused less on dressing up and being around dumpsters and maybe focused on other dealings.
Well, apparently he does want to hang around dumpsters, and I guess he is a dumpster trash piece of crap. So I mean, hell, I mean, it's fitting for him. He can do that. He can run around and play in the trash. That's not what I do. I come in here, I tell everyone what I'm going to do, and seeing that I'm with the enterprise, we are telling everyone to step up or get stepped on. Because we don't take no prisoners and we're not taking anyone lightly, never underestimating nobody. So we come in here, we tell it what it's going to be and how it's going to be done. And quite frankly, you see it and we're running with it.
You know, it's funny because AJ Harrison for weeks here, which I know you had heard a lot about it, talked about the Enterprise and talked about basically trying to show the light to Dario Divine and talking about Comatose and he had talked about his own perspective with the Enterprise, but yet it seems like the tables were turned and didn't you find it kind of interesting that week after week here on Sportswire and certainly elsewhere that AJ Harrison had talked a lot about the Enterprise and yet, well, maybe it seems like the tables have turned.
More like he's on the outside looking in. Because hearing through the grapevine and a little birdie that's been flying around the TPW that Mr. AJ Harrison has been begging and pleading on his knees to get into the Enterprise. But again, he doesn't fit the criteria. He doesn't. He doesn't fit the mold. He doesn't fit the bill. He can pay it, but guess what? He's going to be paying us. But at the end of the day, it's not my fault that he can't live up to great expectations like myself, Loverboy, Jerry Main, and Comatose. Because again, we came in here, we told everybody what's going to happen, and quite frankly, everyone is in their feelings because they can't hack what's going down.
Well, you do look like an Enterprise member, maybe more so than I guess Mr. Harrison. And if you want to follow Draquan on Instagram, I would highly recommend you do so. And we are very happy to have him here on Sportswire Radio. And he is going to be a huge part of things coming up, no doubt, whether it's in the Enterprise or not. And we are really excited to have finally met him here and some other people that we've met here or are going to be reacquainted with throughout the telecast. And thank you, everybody, for being here. So what are your goals then now that you're with this group?
Well, simple. Take it over. They've already got the Intercontinental Champion. We've already got the tag titles. All that's left is the World Heavyweight Championship and the TPW Championship. That's all that's left. Once we have those in our possession, then quite frankly, who can mess with us? Who can step up to us? That we don't know. But if you do have what we call a pair of grapefruits and you feel like they're big enough, then quite frankly, again, step up. Because a wily veteran like myself has been doing this for quite some time, 6 years, I might add, and I am no stranger to the games of people that are playing. But I tell you one thing, if you're playing the game, I don't mind beating that game and letting it be known for a fact that it needs to go back to the drawing board and be recreated.
Well, you look like a champion. There's no question that you do. You definitely are a champion for a reason. But what would you say, though, that it's going to be a tall order to take championships away from the likes of Elias the Deranged Chef or Maxwell Mangione? Or what's your thoughts on that?
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought up the World Heavyweight Champion in Maxwell, the Luigi
We're going
man.
to see him here in a little while.
I'm glad he'll be in here. Justina, the Dirt Fight. I'm pretty sure you hear this. Yin Yin. I don't speak mortal oil, but again, stop go Pindoil. But get this. Me and him, we did have a match, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come on here and yap about anything and everything about beating me. But again,
that's why I wanted to bring him up. Absolutely.
Yeah, I beat him first. And when he had his Intercontinental Championship, granted, things have changed. Things change for a reason. He cried about the fact that not only did I beat him for this title, but rules have been broken, and I'm going ahead and admit it. I broke the rules, so therefore the reverse had to be changed. I had to give back this Intercontinental Champion to a man who cried to the owner. But again, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to cry with spoiled milk because a technical loss, technically, he didn't beat me the second time. And that right there eats at his soul. He can cry about it all he wants, but again, I don't care about Maxwell. The chef is a brother of mine, and me and him, we do have battles. We have wars. We are the
But he can't be
2025
happy about
food
you
of the
joining the
year.
enterprise. He's going to be here. He's going to be honored in a little while. And I'm sure, without even looking in the chat, that he's not happy about your decision and your business deal.
And again, I'm my own person. I do things my way. If I see something that's working and it's actually making noise and it's doing things and it's moving like I am, then guess what? You go with the party. You don't sit around with those who like to, quote unquote, what everyone does here in TPW, wait and hide behind either another person or a championship. And I don't hide behind this. I tell anybody, if you want it, step up. Hope you got a gas mask for the smoke session because that might not be able to work
Well,
because again,
you know
it's
what?
going to
Well, I
malfunction.
tell you what, it's now getting interesting on Sportswire. You had Tommy J, who certainly had some interesting words. You had Michael Malice in between, which I mean,
That dark spot.
we'll leave it at
That
that.
dark
But then
spot.
you've certainly brought the heat. But what would you say though before I give you a few final words? And in the old adage, if you can't beat them, join them. But maybe that's what some would say in reference to this, that maybe you couldn't deep down beat one-on-one the likes of Comatose or Dario Divine. What would you say if some thought that?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, my friend, because nobody looks and watch the product. That is a very key statement right there, ladies and gentlemen of TPW. Look and watch and hear the product. Those three things are very capable to do it. Sometimes all y'all don't have it. Some of y'all might have two things and y'all missing out one. Now, granted, you may think that I sold out, but no, money talks. I buy into investment. That's an investment. That is a partnership. Because again,
This is a business. Now, listen, they are the enterprise, and you know it's all
they,
about the dollar. I mean, that's certainly understandable. And as far as I checked, we're still a capitalist society, and I think it's going to stay that way as for the foreseeable future. So I understand. So I guess then, do you have maybe any final words, whether it's for a Maxwell Mangione or anybody else out there and such?
look, my thing is, regardless if you all say that I sold out, again, I bought in, I invested, and I'm looking to capitalize on my investment just like they are with me. Because again, this is like Bitcoin. This is like what they call it, the stockbroker market. We are on the rise
Yes, as
here.
somebody that I had invested in Bitcoin and
Yes.
should have made a lot more money than I did. I do appreciate the crypto statement. I mean, I had an opportunity
Well,
to make, let's say, about $100,000 in it, and I didn't make the
it's
100,000, but I got it another way. But that's okay. We'll leave that for a
well,
different conversation. I
well,
understand what you're saying.
technically, we are the cryptocurrency. We are on the rise. We are the top dollars here in TPW. And before I even leave, and I'm gonna tell everyone this right here, right now. If you
Sure.
think and you thought it was hard to get the United States Championship off my shoulders, then quite frankly, you all are gonna have to die over and basically what they say, sell your soul to get this Intercontinental Championship off me. Because gentlemen and lady, Miss Yondir, whenever you are gonna have to do your damnedest. Don't come at me with no Snoop Dogg bull crap. Don't come at me with no West Khalifa. And if you pick up my hair,
Little
guess what?
John, right? You get the Little John reference too, I'm sure,
Oh,
right?
trust
Later.
me. Look, hey, look, I've heard it all. I've been in this game for 6 years. Anything and everything that I've heard is nothing more
I
than
know
just
the
simple
feeling. Listen,
compliments.
I have people say things. I understand. I listen. You know, I was in Parade magazine last weekend. I understand. I
Congratulations.
understand. Thank you, but thank you for you being here. I look forward to seeing you here much more often. And yes, I think you're going to definitely, anybody who's going to be up against who's going to have a tough time taking that championship off your shoulders. And I'm sure when we see Mr. Divine and some of the suspects you mentioned later, they will most certainly have an opinion or two. And before you sign up, if you are here on Instagram, I would highly recommend that you follow Draquan so you can keep up to date with all of his promos, all the other things he is doing, and you're definitely going to see him. And I think we're going to do this. I think once a month we're going to get the TPW guys on here, and I think it's a really good show so far, and it's good to see people that maybe don't get the opportunity. And I think we're going to continue to do this here once a month, and I know you'll be joining us, and maybe in between. So thank you, my friend. Happy New Year. Congratulations,
Happy
I
New Year.
suppose, on the success with joining the enterprise. And I look forward to seeing how it shakes up. I'm sure the guys will come on later and talk more about it. And thank you so much for your time. And Happy New Year. We'll see you soon, champ.
Happy New Year. Appreciate that. Have a good one, brother.
That is Draquan himself, the TPW Intercontinental Champion. Please follow him on Instagram. Also, please support TPW, and we thank him very much. And now we're going to get to our next person here, who I have undoubtedly, I am sure, is going to have a lot to say, and he'll have to follow it up. And there you are, Jahil Thunderbolt, a man that has been here in the past. And how you been, my friend? And busy show tonight, and talk to me about what's on your mind. Yes. Yes, Jahil. And Jahil Thunderbolt. You must have a Thunderbolt into your Wi-Fi. Can you come in now?
Hello,
How about
can you
now?
hear me?
I hear you. You're a little low, but I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Well, you gotta maybe try. Are you on headphones? Are you on a laptop, smartphone? What are you on? What are you on a laptop? Jahil Thunderbolt. Ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties do happen, and they are a topic undoubtedly, and we'll try to get this fixed, I'm sure, and hopefully Jahil can fix this. I'm going to move on to my next person. Maybe we'll try to get Jahil back on, and because I really want to hear from AJ Storm. So hopefully, Jahil, you can fix this. And can you hear us now? Jahil. Jahil Thunderbolt. Well, let's just say he had maybe some thunder and lightning that hit his Wi-Fi, and he's got a severe Thunderbolt connection. But don't worry, we have some other guests that are going to come on here. Technical difficulties are a wonderful thing, and it does happen from time to time. But that was Jahil Thunderbolt. We really didn't get a chance to say hello to him, but I hope we get a chance to say hello to him again. And I do want to plug myself because I do have somebody else I'm going to pop on to the stream who's enterprise related before I get to AJ Storm. AJ Storm is going to be here in about 15 or 20 minutes, so we'll see. All right. Can you get, are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Jahil Thunderbolt.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Now
All
I
right,
got
there
you.
we go.
Yes, that is good. All right, we'll work with you. We'll work with you. We'll let the next person come on here. Good to see you, my friend. I know we've met in the past. So
Yes, we have.
I realized that you had just cut a promo. So talk to me about what we just are about to say.
Well, this is for the first round for the Outlaw Championship, which is a new championship in TPW.
Yes, we were talking about that with Tommy J and Michael Malice. Yes, we were.
Mhm. I'm going up against Michael Malice, of course, for this
Yes,
championship.
who I know was just here and had talked about you. Yep.
So
So
the
talk to me
entire
about
thing,
what he had to say about you.
honestly, I was expecting a lot more out of Michael Malice. For someone with the name of Malice, he definitely did not bring any darkness. He definitely didn't bring that.
Well, I guess
that
he had
evil.
his way about doing things. He talked about his return. He talked about his personal life. He talked about other things. But that gives you an opportunity right now to tell the world why you're going to beat him in advance.
Exactly. And I'll tell you exactly why. Even without looking at the promo that I cut, even without looking at my previous work, you can tell exactly what I am capable of and what I will do to Malice at the end of everything. Doesn't matter to me if he thinks that he is the darkest person in the TPW locker room or wherever he is. I know he's probably listening in and watching, but Malice, if you're going to come for me and you want to actually battle me, Malice, you're going to definitely have to dig deeper than what you've been doing because your promos and your work is lackluster at best, Malice. And you know it's true.
Well, he definitely talked about things being different this time. He talked about some other things that I wouldn't necessarily be able to comment on or elaborate, and it just seems like he's using you as a stepping stone almost.
And see, here's the thing, because in the past when we've met, I've told you this, that my career is not a
Yep.
stepping stone for anyone. So if you
Yep.
actually want to try and attempt to use my promo career as a stepping stone, that is one tall and long fall that you will have back to reality when you know
Well,
exactly
I mean,
who you're
yeah, I
messing
mean,
with.
listen, Michael Malice talked about joining the likes of Nathaniel Rage, who had held the TPW championship in the past, and he had certainly set his sights on that, and the Outlaw Championship was his path to getting it. But you've come a long way. I remember when you were here the first time several months ago, and you've definitely come a long way. And this is an opportunity to show a guy that, he had his issues the first time out. Maybe there's people that they aren't still convinced on him, and maybe in some ways you have more to prove here because you want to show this guy that didn't have the greatest first run, but now is coming here with a lot of let's just say, to quote Draquan, some smoke here, and you got to maybe prove more than him even.
In a way, in a way, you're right. In a way, you have a very valid point, because when it comes down to it in the match, there's always two sides to every match. The one who has everything to lose and the one who's got everything to prove. Right now, Michael Malice is, you know, writing a check that his behind can't cash. He's talking about being the end all be all of promoing and being the next big thing of promoing, but I've yet to see it.
I mean, listen, tonight the topic was, listen, Tommy J, the Rising Stars champion, certainly made, I think, a very strong case that he would like to join the likes of a Dario Divine and a Nathaniel Rage that in recent times came into TPW very quickly and rose to the top. Then you had your opponent who, made his case, but I don't know if he's going to be that person. But if he beats you, that's going to show that, you know what? Yeah, I can do it. And that's why I think you have a huge opportunity to continue your own rise and move up the ladder.
Very true. Very true. But see, the difference between Dario Divine's little band of cohorts, they're merry misfits.
Draquan was here. We spoke a lot about the Enterprise. You were here. You were
Hmm.
listening to that. We're going to hear a lot
Yep.
about them in a little while.
But see, here's the thing. There's a difference between an enterprise and an empire.
Mm,
And see, the difference here is that TPW is the kingdom that the empire is trying to grab hold of.
right.
See, the enterprise can bring all their money and they can bring all their little cohorts to try and take over TPW, but in reality, you know that the entire empire is the invitation and will be always and forever the invitation.
Well, I mean, that's a very good point. And what do you think happens then with that?
With that, we do what we set out to do from the very beginning. Take TPW by storm. Grab it by the
Oh,
throat and
well,
take what is ours.
listen, the Enterprise still have their work cut out for them. They still have that, and they may have Draquan, but they don't have Maximo Mangione and Elias the Deranged Chef. We're going to see those guys in a little while. I know you're going to be paying attention to that very closely, but I've got AJ Storm who's going to be on here in a few minutes, and I want to give you the opportunity for some final words from Michael Malice.
Michael Malice, you better bring your A game to this matchup, because everything I've seen, I know you can do better than that. Because if you don't give me your all in this matchup, Michael Malice, a loss in this match will be the least of your worries. I will make your life in TPW a living hell if you don't give me the match that I deserve.
Ooh, you know what? I tell you what, that is convincing, ladies and gentlemen. Jahil Thunderbolt definitely may have had some issues to start, but he has no issues to end because Jaleel Thunderbolt is here to prove a point. He's here to rise. He's here, ladies and gentlemen, to be that outlaw. And he's going to prove that here. And Michael Malice, I hope for his sake, he shows some malice and he brings his A game. Time will certainly tell. I want to pass the baton to you, though, and give you some closing thoughts. Anything else you want to say? And take it away, my friend. I'm going to look forward to doing this here every month.
Every month sounds good. I only got 3 final words for anyone listening who's a part of the TPW roster or who will be a future member of the TPW roster. Accept the invitation.
No! Forget about the Enterprise. You better accept that invitation, ladies and gentlemen. Jahil Thunderbolt, like I said, he may have had some issues to start, and maybe a Thunderbolt may have encrypted his Wi-Fi, but not happening right now because he's the one who showed some malice when it came to his opponent. And boy, I'll be definitely paying attention to that match and a slew of other things. My friend, so good to finally see you back on. I'm so happy that TPW roster members who haven't been here or who have not been here before in the past get a chance to be here. And thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here coming up and other things. And we'll see you definitely for sure next month. We'll see what happens between them. And I look forward to this match. And congratulations.
Thank you very much. As always, it's a pleasure.
I'd also just want to say, Comatose didn't want to say, I don't want to go to your birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese.
Don't worry, Comatose. You weren't invited anyways.
Oh, we'll be getting to Comatose later because Comatose may want to pay attention to this man because this man makes his long-awaited return to Sportzwire Radio. Boy, I'm excited to see him here because I can't wait to see what he has to say, especially after his own promo. And that is a man that has shut down companies, shut down wrestlers, not just in the promo world, a true legend. He's no longer banished. He's no longer exiled. And that is AJ Starr. My friend, I'm not even introducing you. I'm giving you the opportunity to say whatever you want because that other guy is here in the chat, and take it away.
Dre, no matter what the fuck you say, you sold the fuck out. There ain't no investing in. You're a sellout. The last time you were relevant was in the Revolution. Let's get that one straight. I didn't hear what Bluebird, Blue Jay, whatever the fuck you said. Whatever his name is. Pardon
Tommy
my French.
J. Yeah, Tommy J.
I didn't hear what you said. So this time, you're safe. Malice, I've already... That's not PG.
You're going to go Zach Clark.
Jahil.
I can see it.
Jahil. I have smacked the literal shit out of the invitation. We took the trios titles off the invitation. And you never were able to get that lick back successfully. You're not a cornerstone. You're just a piece of mud that'll kick off my boot.
Oh!
The Empire? What empire are you building? I didn't see it. If you were so good, why didn't you win Superstar of the Year? You know who did win Superstar of the Year? Oh, yeah. That's right. Me. That's besides the point. Comatose. I think he's starting to realize that all of this was a part of my game. You could call it him beating me if you want. Ultimately, it's the truth. But while he's playing short-term checkers, I'm playing chess. I have massive, massive respect for Comatose. In fact, in his words, as he said many a time, I brought him in He's got the skill. He's got talent. Either way, no matter how I see it, either I end his career or I get a fat paycheck and an early retirement. It makes no difference to me. It never has. See, you hear malice about his first championship like it means something. You hear Jaheel Thunderbolt talking about his goals of reaching an out. I'm sorry, Reverend. Outlaw? Outlaw. Oh boy.
I think you're the outlaw. I could see it. I've known you a while. I know you haven't been here as much as you should be. We've rectified that tonight. And I've seen you shut down companies. I've seen you shut down wrestlers, not just promo wrestlers. Check the Facebook for proof. I mean, you're definitely going to bowl a perfect game here tonight when it comes to what you're about to say. I have no doubt about it. See, I know my stuff.
Outlaw. Leave that terminology for those that can live the lifestyle. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect ideal of an outlaw. I'm not. Hell, you could even say I'm not even a certified badass. It is what it is.
No, I would say that. No, I think you could be safely called that. No, you continue.
If I took Comatose lightly, which I've done, my career ends. But I've done something nobody's ever seen. I've done something nobody's ever done. I've done something that nobody's even been stupid enough to do. A real ambulance. 100% authentic.
I have
real
the footage
ambulance.
for it. I'm glad you brought that up. I have the footage right in front of me.
Nobody else has gone that crazy, that far, and that much dedication to the craft. And as Comatose, I'm sure that he will come up with something.
He'll be here tonight. He's going to be here
In
toward
fact,
the end of the
there's
show.
me inside the ambulance. I took it one step further. But let's I can't say too much about Comatose. I do respect the man very greatly. He is definitely a good talent to have for. I know this is TPW, but honestly, I don't care.
You can say, no, listen, you're AJ Storm. You can say whatever you
IGPW
want.
is more than happy to have him on his roster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nothing to take away from TPW.
Yeah, we know.
But Comatose was there first. And, Reverend, the funniest thing about it all?
What?
His Enterprise goons are so confident in Comatose. They put money on it. Physical money. As if I'm not about to take their money. And let's be honest here, if we're talking money, controversy creates cash, and I'm one of the most, if not the most controversial promo artists around the land.
You are out there with the likes
Probably
of Anthony
not the
Steele
most,
and Devin
but I'm up
Adams
there.
and others. Yes, you were there. You know that. The world
I
knows
got
that.
cash.
Yes.
But I'm using this lesson as a teachable moment. Not because I want to end the streak. Shit don't mean nothing to me. I said it first. I'm going to humble Comatose. Humble. And then I'm going to go after AJ Harrison. And then when I'm done humbling AJ Harrison, I'm going to go after Dre. Because this shit, Dre, you was my brother. You want to make it personal, Dre. I'm going to rip that IC title from your hands. Yeah, you beat me first round. Only because I let you. Once again, I ain't no dummy. This is long-term games. I had to do what I had to do to get there. Mangione beat me. A part of the game. Jerry Main. A part of the game. But when I'm done On my path of destruction, I promise you, TPW's Enterprise will feel my wrath. You can say what you want. You can throw the fact that you beat me in my face. You ain't gotta tell me. I already know. And, sorry, as far as Jahil goes, that last match between me and Comatose and Jahil should have been me and Comatose. And Comatose knew then he was dead to rights. So what do you think he's thinking about now? In fact, I would love to have a face-to-face encounter with him right now.
Oh, you would? You would? You really would? You sure?
You're muted, sir.
No, I'm live. I'm live.
I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. I hear you fine.
I cannot hear you.
We'll see. If you're in the chat, can you hear us?
If
you're in the chat, can you hear us? Yeah, if you're in the chat.
I cannot hear you.
If you're in the chat, all right.
1 second. Let's see
if you're in the chat, let us
see
know.
if that does something.
Okay, how about now?
Nope.
I'll type it in the chat. If you're in the chat,
you want to drop me and then bring me back?
Yeah, because Comatose said he can hear us fine.
Yeah, drop me and bring me back.
Okay. All right, we'll bring him back and he'll come back in. Yeah, if you're in the chat, let us know if you can hear us because I have my mic on. I have no issue with my plug or anything. So thank you for letting us know. Yeah, Comatose said he can hear us, but let's see now. Thank you, Elias. Let's see now if AJ can come back in. You want to try it again? Oh, you want to come back in? Oh,
we wiggin'. We wiggin'.
Okay, how we doing? Can you hear me?
No, I'll be right back.
Okay, he's going to come back. He's going to leave the stream and come back in. If he wants, Comatose, if you want, we will bring Comatose on to talk to AJ Storm. So, Comatose, we're just waiting for AJ Storm to get his settings fixed, and then I'll send you the invite. So, let's see AJ come back. And then after that, we're going to hear from Dario Divine, and then we're going to hear from, to close the show, Maxwell Mangione and Elias the Deranged Chef. So first, let's get to AJ Storm. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, there you go. Now, just to make sure, because I've got a lot of respect for you, Mr. Storm. I don't want to turn into some of the other names you just mentioned. You sure you want Comatose in a face-to-face right now?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll send him that invite because I think Comatose is here. I'm pretty sure that Comatose, he knows he has to show up tonight, so he might as well get him out of the way.
Has anybody said anything about my comments?
Well, yeah, I mean, Maxwell Mangione said this grandpa ain't humbling anyone. Put grandpa back in the home. And Eli Bowman said, my ears are ringing. Comatose says, all the smoke, hashtag all the smoke. But he's coming on here. And also, this is the last time we'll ever see AJ on anything TPW, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, those were the comments. And he said, take a shot. But you know what? We're not even getting to any more comments because he's here. I know he wants to get it off his chest. And I'm just not even saying anything. I'm just letting you guys fight it out.
Oh, we going red? Oh, shit. Hold up. We going red.
Oh, we got to go red, don't we? We have to go red.
Daniel Kafua did it twice this week on Sportswire, the guy with the mask. I mean,
we have to go red, AJ. We have to go red. You want to know why we have to go red? Because when those hospital lights turn out in the night, what are they? They're red, draped across your face. And that's exactly what's going to happen at the end of this match, my friend. And I'm very, very glad that you wanted this face-off right here because, ladies and gentlemen, for the crowd that is watching, oh, and he's raving right now, I'm glad that you're having a party because, ladies and gentlemen, this is quite possibly the last thing TPW that we are going to see AJ Storm a part of. This is quite possibly the last time we're going to see AJ Storm join a Sportswire radio stream that is strictly for TPW. And while, my friend, I do really, really respect you as well, and yes, I have said it many times you have brought me in, and we both know that's true as much as you wanted to be smug about it. But here's the point of you bringing me in, is that it's just poetic that I take you out, isn't it?
No, you know what's really poetic? And I hate to step aside. The really poetic justice here Listen, I told you so. I do believe that I owe one Maxwell Mangione, even though he wants to send me back to a nursing home, and I told you so.
Well, yeah, that I will give you. You do get an "I told you so" to Maxwell Mangione, and I'll state this publicly now. I think you'd be a damn fool to not accept a streak versus the opportunity to end somebody's career match over any championship match. Because you want to know why, Maxwell? Because regardless, you're just holding on to my belt for me. And the only thing I ask is that you clean it after you touch it, because we all know you like to roll around in mud like the rest of the pigs.
How's it gonna feel? How's it truly gonna feel with that? What is it, 10? Because the record's
You're about to be number 11, my friend.
11.
You're about to be the tie. You're about to be the
Not
tie.
gonna happen.
And you want to know what's amazing about that is when I go and face Maxwell, he becomes number 12.
Ain't gonna happen.
I break the record with a championship. Something you
It's not
didn't
gonna happen. And as much as I would love to say and hope and pray that you actually do it, because once again, early retirement, hey, that means my job is done. But as you found out earlier, I'm not going nowhere. Not no time soon, not today, not tomorrow. And then when I'm done with the almighty comatose, and I'm not going to stroke you here, but the best of the Enterprise, I'm going after the rest, homie. And you're just going to have to sit there and watch it happen.
I've watched this movie before, AJ. You went after Dario, and we saw how that played out.
That's fine. It was all.
You gonna go after Jerry? Because if you go after Jerry, that's gonna be a big mistake.
He did talk about Draquan before. He did talk about Draquan.
Oh, Dre? That would be interesting.
I have absolutely repped Dre more times than Dre has ever been able to touch.
And there are people that feel that Dre sold out in the chat, and AJ
Oh
certainly
no,
that.
it's a fact. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
And Dre's not going to be able to change my mind. No. Because Dre's first win over me, and I must admit, I did lose to Dre, was in that round 1 of the Intercontinental Championship match. Now, what was I thinking about in that number 1, that first match?
I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball on top of your forehead.
And I hate to put myself in a position, Comatose, but I'm absorbed with absolutely tearing you down just a shred. I want you to stay the same old Comatose, but it's not going to happen, because when you get done riding in that ambulance, Comatose, you will finally see the vision that I have had ever since All Pro 5. No, ever since I said I'll give Comatose a challenge.
So what you mean is the obsession over losing to me at All Pro 5. And let's talk about that ambulance match promo that you sent out. Isn't it the goal to put one's opponent inside of the ambulance, and you went and did it for me? I find that quite comical, if you ask me. I find it quite comical that you climbed inside of the thing you were supposed to stay out of. It's almost like you were foreseeing what the future was going to be. You wanted to make sure that there was enough room inside that ambulance. So if you had a seizure from having flashbacks from Comatose whipping your ass with a bull rope, from having these damn images in your head of Comatose ripping your family away from you, of having these images in your head of Comatose ripping those tag team championships away from you, and then not only that, but then ripping away your chance at my Change of Fortune championship once again. Was that what you were trying to do? Were you trying to measure it out with a tape measure to make sure that if you were to hit a wall, it wouldn't give you another concussion?
It only counts if all the doors are closed, homie. Do you really think Do you really think that I didn't leave a side door open? Do you really think I would make it that easy for you just to open? No, it's false hope. Because I knew you were going to say something like that. I knew you were going to go that way. I don't move without thinking first. I don't step without double checking to make sure it's good to step. I don't walk without looking both ways. You catch me? Now, I
Very easy.
understand. I understand. Because I've got you so confident. I have you so wrapped up in this confidence that when it finally breaks, when it finally breaks, Comatose, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to go into that match with Maxwell Mangione unsure. You're going to go just with a little bit of doubt. And that little seed of doubt that I will put into your head after sending you and your friends, because let's be honest, they like you just a little too much. They're going to go with you to that hospital. And yes, I will say that. Y'all need to get off this man's dick. Let this man breathe. You a hot commodity, Comatose. I know this. But the people that say Soul Star's on mine, anybody in Enterprise, with the exception of Dre, he ain't got there yet. It's 2 times as worse. Now, I'll tell you this. I'm an open book. You an open book. We have quite literally discussed this. You win? Good. I'll be sitting first row at your World Heavyweight title match.
Oh, I know.
You lose. You want to hear a secret?
What?
I'm going to still be sitting first row of your world title match.
As
The
my
only
king.
difference that it makes is I'm collecting a paycheck or I'm paying it out of my own pocket. Simply does not matter, Comatose. Nothing of this matters. Nobody's going to talk about this a year from now. The only thing they're going to realize is the fact that there was an ambulance. The fact that it was AJ and Comatose. The fact that nobody else is good enough to replicate, to duplicate, to get anywhere near. Because you see these vets like Dre, he wants it all. He wants all the gold. He greedy. I
I
know my
gotta give
times
you
are
guys
coming.
the opportunity for final thoughts because I gotta get to the rest of the guys here because I could have you guys on here for 2 hours, but you know, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on we'll see the outcome of this, is I want to give you guys the opportunity to say a few final things before we get to your enterprise mate, Mr. Divine, and then we'll get to Mr. Mangione and Mr. Elias.
Floor is
I'll go
yours.
first. I've been here the longest. I'll go first. Comatose. One way or another, you're going to learn a lesson. Either A, I was right, or B, I belong in a nursing home. If you ask Maxwell Mangione. I think it's honestly because he can't grow as good facial hair as I can. I think it's a problem.
That I
Not
agree
you.
with you.
Or my final thought is that if you beat me, and this you call it whatever you want. If you beat me and you don't make this roster your bitch, if you don't do everything that the bar has showed you, if you don't make it to the very top, retired or not, you will see my face again. You will learn that your confidence is great, but actions speak louder than words. So you better, and I emphasize better, do better than whatever the hell these low-life scumbags wanting to be superstars fighting in weird-ass matches. Like your Jaheels, like your Zach Clarks, like your Malices, like your everybody else's who preach that they are their new generation. You better show them that this wasn't for nothing.
Well, before you go, Mr. Storm, I wanted to share my screen and actually give you something because this is definitely warranted, especially after your return. Because congratulations. Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations. Yeah, I'll give you the physical copy when we're off the air. Maybe that'll
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Well, after this
Can't
episode,
do it.
joined.
Can't do it without younger talent, younger generations. Somebody's got to push us old fuckers out. I've been doing this shit almost 10 years.
Well, you realize compared to James Taylor, though, you're really not old. I mean, that was an older guy.
James Taylor's ancient. And I don't want to be doing this when I'm as ancient as a crusty, dusty dinosaur.
Okay, I have to move off that because I know I'll hear the retribution for that. But thank you, James. We love James. We love AJ.
James, if you want the smoke, come get it.
Well, we'll let him figure that out one day. I got to give you the floor, Comatose, because I got to give Dario the opportunity here to get a few words in.
All right. Well, I'll make it somewhat brief. You know, AJ Storm wanted to talk about how that I had this confidence because I came into TPW and I started dominating. I want to correct AJ Storm because he also said that actions speak louder than words. Tom, do you mind reading this little white bar underneath my name? Can you tell me another? Go ahead. Do me the honors.
1, 2, 3, 4-time BYW inter-promotional champion.
Yes, you see, and I'm the only one in history that has ever done that. And that's an entire separate community. You see, I had this confidence and I proved it through my actions before I ever got here. And that is only going to continue wherever the hell that I go. And you know what? The retribution and the rise of the king, it obviously has to start with taking out the man that brought me into this place.
I mean, that we'll have to find that out. I mean, I most certainly am eagerly anticipating the outcome of this match, and this will definitely, I'm sure, some of that footage will be going up on Instagram later, and I think people are excited to see the outcome of it, and in that other dimension, I'm sure we'll see some more from you, and I have no doubt we'll be seeing you here very soon. And Dario's here. I'll let you say hello to Dario real quick, and we're gonna run to Dario very quick because I got to get to Elias and Maxwell. But Dario, good to see you, and a lot going on with the Enterprise, and certainly a busy night on Sportswire.
Quite the business acquisition, wouldn't you say, Tom?
Yeah. Quite, well, I mean, obviously everyone's talking about it with Draquan, and I mean, some say he sold out, and
like
Draquan,
he said it himself, he bought in. He took a shot on the stock market, and that's all he needed to do.
He talked about crypto. He talked about Bitcoin. Yes, he talked about that. And I mean, and there, listen, it's what it is, and it's a busy time ahead for you guys. And AJ Harrison was the one who said he had it all figured out, and I guess not so fast.
I just want to remind people that the term selling out, let's actually define what selling out is, right? So selling out means getting drawn towards success. So if you want to say that Dre sold out, that's more of a compliment than it is a diss, because that just simply means that you guys are jealous of the fact that he's now going to become more successful than he's ever been, and you guys ever will.
Well, I mean, look, obviously that's all the eye of the beholder, I suppose. But I'll let you stay on Comatose with Dario, because we're going to be with Dario about another 10 minutes before I get to Elias and Maxwell. And listen, I mean, you have some work to do here, Dario, ahead in those tag team championships. And I mean, I guess AJ Harrison, the Don of Combat, maybe was focusing too much on that whole thing with Devin Adams and dumpsters.
Hey, and I mean, he put on a hell of a performance. I'll give credit where credit's due, but
Yes.
to not, I can understand he wants to hold down that championship rather than be thrown in a makeshift tag team for a couple of weeks and then hold on to the titles and drop them in the next match. You know, I can see where he's coming from. So if you got double duty and you got to put your focus somewhere, he definitely put his chips in the right basket over there. But as for Maxwell and Elias, I mean,
they're coming on here in about 10. Elias will be on here in 10 minutes. I mean, he is coming on, and he is not going to be in a good mood tonight.
There's two guys right there that we have plenty of problems with at the moment, and we got problems with them in the future. I mean,
who knows? We might even see you reintroduce yourselves to them in a little while.
The next TPW pay-per-view event, the big event that Rocky's planning, is going to be headlined by myself versus Elias for the TPW championship, as well as Comatose versus Maxwell. I mean, talk about two blockbuster matches.
Well, we got to see if it's going to be Maxwell and Comatose.
I know it will be. I know it will be. I cashed in that Change of Fortune championship on that boy.
Well, I mean, we'll find out. But I mean, listen, we know the history between you and Elias, Mr. Divine, and this will be a chance for you to even a score.
This is it. This is the trifecta. This is the rubber match. We're 1-1 right now. I mean, we have some history in tag team battles and here and there, but singles action, it's 1-1. You know, I toppled him at All Pro 5. He took me down a couple months ago, and now here we are at our next big battle ahead. And he's one of those guys where I've said it. He's got all my respect in the world, but when it comes down to it, he just feels like one of those guys in the ring with me that it's just a fight forever feeling. Like, I feel like me and him could go on forever.
But I mean, obviously, look, he's going to show that your run as champion was a fluke. That's what he's going to show, and he's going to, I'm sure, anticipate what will happen. What is your thoughts on that?
It's just kind of interesting because has he defended the title yet?
Well, he's obviously going to speak about that when he comes on in shortly.
Mr. Tribal Chief over here, Tribal Chef, I should say.
Well, I mean, listen, can you blame him? I mean, guys tonight, like Michael Malice, seemed like they wanted to make it clear that they should be on top. I mean, I respect Michael Malice immensely, but I mean, obviously, you know, if you're like Strange Chef, is that who you're, you know, defending a championship against? I mean, that's a question people may want to know.
And when you're a guy like Elias that says it's not the title that makes the man, it's the man that makes the title, but then you want to eliminate yourself from the picture and not even defend the belt. I mean, how can you make the title at that point if you're not even making a man out of yourself? If you want to take the part,
he feels he's on top and he has nothing to prove. I guess maybe that's what his point is, that he has nothing to prove, and he'll decide when he wants to address the rest of TPW.
The only thing that's really proven is he's just a little runaway bitch, but
maybe you'll have to tell him that when he comes on here in, I guess, 5 minutes. Maybe.
Oh, he's here. He knows how I feel about him.
He'll be here 9 minutes. So at 9:32, he's going to be here, and Mr. Mangione will be arriving right after, unless you feel that inclined to tell him this. I'm not sure if Mr. Elias wants that, because he does want his time to shine, and he also is going to be honored to go into the Hall of Fame. And also, as he mentioned here a couple weeks ago, Elias did shut down Mick Foley. I mean, Mick Foley's been taking on Donald Trump, but when it came to Elias the Deranged Chef, I mean, Mick Foley couldn't take him down.
And I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you have to pay someone for a meet and greet to get a match these days, and that's the type of defense we want to talk about.
You think? Now, I'm curious on this. Now, you tell me your thoughts. Now, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm oblivious of something. Are you meaning to tell the audience that Elias paid, kind of like in the way Draquan was paid off in the Enterprise? You saying that Elias sold out to meet Mick Foley?
I mean, I could probably get a cameo from Earl Hebner right now telling me that I won the TPW championship again.
No, I'm very curious because, on Sportswire, I'm curious because on Sportswire, we've never had to pay for the celebrities. They come here. So I'm really always fascinated when I hear you say individuals had to pay to meet the big shots when the big shots come here. So I'm really fascinated. Are you sure you're that confident that Elias did pay to meet Mick Foley and then pay for Mick Foley to lay down for Elias, because you're basically saying right now that Mick Foley was paid to lay down to Elias. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he paid him for the opportunity. I'm not saying there was a discussion of a finger poke of doom or anything, but he definitely had the opportunity.
I mean, we saw the footage. I wouldn't necessarily compare this to Hogan and Nash on Nitro, and Elias is saying that he didn't pay. He didn't pay.
He's got his out of TPW endeavors that get him into these events, and that's what it's about. I mean, he's a great champion for that reason, and that's why he has my respect. He's great at getting the word out and pushing the product. Two guys, legends like Mick Foley himself.
Yeah.
But again, we all know what Comic-Con is, buddy. So I can put on my furry costume and just head over there.
Well, Elias is very successful. He is the TPW champion, and maybe there was just a simple meeting of the minds. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, the champion will be here and he'll address this, and Mr. Mangione will be here also to address it. And they're going to definitely be not happy with the things that have gone on tonight in the transactions that have transpired in the enterprise.
And again, when you take the word enterprise, it just correlates with the word success. And when you get a guy like Draquan, who's been successful in this business for as long as he has, before even me and Comatose came into this business, he just kicked the walls down and became his own man. And now we've impressed him so much that he wanted to join our side. I mean, call it a business endeavor, call it a partnership, call it what you want, but that's just him respecting.
I mean, obviously, look, Zach Clark didn't join the group. I get that. I mean, he didn't join. I mean, he could have joined, I suppose.
There's a spot for him. I'll tell him that. Same with Birdman. There's a spot for Birdman too, whenever he wants. But
well, I mean, look, the cult is watching, if that's a thing still. And Earl was there, actually. He was there, and he didn't have to pay.
See?
And I mean, listen, I mean, it's not yeah, you're going to get different things, but I mean, you got some work cut out for you guys to show now that Comatose is back. And AJ Storm said a number of things also that you guys have basically, without saying exactly what Mr. Storm said, you guys are riding onto Comatose as this flavor of the month. I mean, what did you think about that?
You know what's funny, Tom? I wish we could roll back the footage, because when AJ Storm went through his list of his next victims, he said Jerry Mayne, AJ Harrison, Draquan, but he seemed to keep my name out of his mouth.
Well, we know what happened a little over a month ago.
I was gonna say, I wonder why that is. And I mean, he can be in the chat right now. He's gonna say he'll be ready for me whenever, and that's great. I can't wait until.
I think what AJ I think had said in one of his promos, or maybe this was implied somewhere, maybe here, was that this wasn't the AJ Storm you're getting against Comatose.
And if that's the case, I better hope so for his sake.
Well, tonight AJ Storm showed he ain't no grandpa. He ain't going to the nursing home. AJ Storm is here, and he's here to prove a point. And he even said, "Listen, what did you think about what AJ Storm also said? Is that listen, regardless of the outcome, he's going to be sitting there front row with Comatose and Mangione. What do you have to say on that?"
That's good for him, but he's going to be on the other side of the barricade, whereas me and the Enterprise partners are going to be ringside and actually on the apron, and we're going to be able to influence the match, where he's going to have to buy a ticket to get his way in, because, again, after this ambulance match and he gets sent packing, who knows where he's going to end up.
But he's proving a point, though, regardless of what happened. That's what he said to him. If this is what the price has to be paid for his career in TPW, he's going to do it.
Well, it's kind of funny. Do we know how this match came about? Because to my understanding, it was AJ that presented the contract to Comatose, which means he chose the stipulation. So I don't know if there's any sort of advantage that he had, or he had something planned. I can't speak for AJ Storm, but I could challenge whoever I wanted right now to a Massachusetts street fight. And unless you're a couple miles down the road, you're not going to beat me because you're not in Massachusetts. That's just the stipulation.
Oh, I mean, that might be a point taken.
That's what I did. I mean, if that's how he wants to get a win, who knows? He could have an ambulance in his backyard. I'll say what I say. But hey, sometimes like Comatose did, you got to get creative with it. And I think the work that was put in is enough to put down the cancer, the banished legend, and finally banish him once and for all.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I am really eagerly anticipating this match. It does not need a championship. I mean, listen, Storm, went and did it his way. Comatose said it his way, but I will remind people that AJ Storm said he's responsible for Comatose. He said that. I thought that was a really, really point that AJ hammered tonight. That I don't know if that's going to decide this outcome, but I'm going to be left thinking about that.
He can bring him into the business, but it doesn't mean he's going to make the man. You know,
he could take him out though, and he made him to do that.
You can bring in Cody
I'm waiting for the day.
Jr. and you can see how one of them pans out and how the other pans out. So it's all about the man making the man. It's not about who brings you into the business. That's great. AJ Storm created a great opportunity for Comatose. But what he did with that opportunity is he took the ball when he got handed to him and he ran with it.
And, the thing is like AJ can hammer that home all he wants, just as he wanted to proclaim I was hammering it home in my videos.
Yeah, well,
one of us is 2 wins, and the other one is 0 wins. And I'm pretty sure we can all figure that one out. I don't really think I need to prove much against a man that has never beaten me.
Well, AJ's not thinking about the records. And listen, sometimes they do say it's hard to beat someone 3 times in a row. We hear it all the time in sports, see it all the time. NFL playoffs are upon us. I mean, and that's what AJ Storm's going to maybe count on, is that it's very hard to beat people 3 times in a row.
It's funny you said he didn't care about records, Tom, because that's when Comatose was here. That's all he said was his 11-0 record, and that's all he really wanted to hold on to. And at the same time, I don't know if we're counting just TPW, but I was sitting here in Sportswire about a month ago being called the Goldberg of promo wrestling.
Yes,
so
we did.
If we're talking about one company, then you two take the cake for sure. But hey, let me put my 2 cents in.
And we are waiting. We are waiting for Mr. Chef and Mr. Mangione to show up here on Sportswire. Unless do you fellas want to meet them, or you want to let them have their moment tonight?
You know what? I definitely would love to have their moment. Tom, you gave Comatose this honor. Can we read out my bottom line real quick?
All right, now let me slowly pronunciate this, because I realize some out there may not know the acronym, but what this stands for, ladies and gentlemen, is Rookie of the Year 2025. There you go.
I just wanted to hear it from your voice. Everything feels more successful.
No, I mean, I thought you want to hear it from Michael Malice's voice or Tommy J's voice, Jaheel, maybe.
Tommy J is definitely an up-and-comer to keep an eye on. I mean,
I tell you what, Tommy J, I think definitely he's got some motivation. He came on, he's got a little bit of fire. He's definitely a little more, I think, picks his spots. I would definitely keep an eye on him. Yeah, Tommy J showed me something. Michael Malice is back. We'll see what this run brings. I think Jaheel, made some good points. So, look, we'll see. And Draquan certainly had a lot to say tonight. And I'm, excited to see with what his future with you guys, and AJ Harrison, who is here wanting to give these emojis. And also, yeah, I'm a hustle with my people that we're waiting. I sent Elias the link. So once we see him backstage, we'll let you guys depart. And also, Dario, Face of the Year 2025. Oh, right. That was me. So he's going to point that on his screen. We sent the link to Mangione, and we're waiting for them to come on. And obviously, that's what they're going to say. And what they have, you don't have anymore.
It must have been nice to have a full 365, but I did my award in 5 months. So
I was gonna say about 150 in days, right? What 150?
Yeah, let me just put it that way. I did mine in under half a year. So
hey, well, I mean, look.
Again, credit where credit's due. Mangione's a great talent, but hey, I might have done a little better.
Well, I mean, I think that's obviously something that we're gonna have to find out, and we'll. If you are here on Sports, let me give TPW a plug, because we're waiting for the champions to arrive here to finish the show. Oh, he's here backstage. Well, I don't see you backstage. I sent you the link. I don't see you backstage. So we're waiting for Mangione and Elias to come backstage. So yes, I don't see you in this backstage. So try it again, and we'll bring you back in. But if you're here, do me a favor, follow TPW. Please support TPW. Please support all the talents. We're going to do this, I think, on a monthly basis. We'll figure a day. May change, and the bigger picture will make sense. An artist never shows his work. Well, fellas, in that case, I think the champion has arrived, and Mr. Mangione will arrive a few minutes after. Thank you, Skulls, for being here. Happy New Year. I have no doubt we'll be watching eagerly both your matches, and we'll be talking about them, I know, eagerly very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds great.
That is Dario Divine. That is Comatose. They make up 2 forts of the Enterprise, and we want to thank them for being here. And let's now get to him because he has been waiting. You know, champ, I apologize for making you wait. Can you hear me now? Okay, the champion is fixing his.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, champ. Can you
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I'm gonna try again.
Okay. We'll do that. We'll wait. And also, before we do that, yes, thank you. Rookie of the Year 2025, the Lover Boy, Dario Divine. I love Elias. I just don't appreciate Maxwell. Hate to root for Maxwell. Maxwell's going to be on here in a couple of minutes. So we're going to let Elias try this one more time. Then we're going to bring on Maxwell. And quite a show here tonight. If you are here on Sportswire, do me a favor. Hit the sub button for us here. We are closing in on 2,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate your support. We were also in Parade Magazine this past week, so if you have a chance, I'd like to put the link up while we wait for Elias to come back in. So if you have a chance, you want to read it, you can do that right here. And there you go. The champ has arrived. I think we have him. I'll take this off the screen. And yeah, that was that. And champ,
I can hear you now.
All right, there you go, champ. Boy, it is so good to see you here. I'm going to bring Maxwell here in a few minutes onto the stage. But I want to give you this moment because I want to honor you. But
Thank
boy,
you.
A lot has gone on. I mean, you've been questioned with pay to play when it came to Mick Foley after what you did to him. You've heard from this person and that person. And champ, I'm giving you the opportunity here to have your moment.
I'm gonna be honest. First of all, let's talk the Mick Foley thing. Let's discuss the elephant in the room.
Talk about it. I got you back
I know
on
a lot of people are curious. Now, outside of the character of Elias, I am a comedian, Chef 24/7.
Absolutely.
I do a lot of stuff. So I got blessed to do this convention. And honestly, I was just hanging out with my people. I didn't get to meet Mick the day before, and I had the TPW championship belt. And honestly, in and out of character, that gravitated to him. And he asked me what was promo wrestling, and I explained it to him. I got to talk to some of the old heads there anyway. And so he decided to do a promo match with me live on the spot. Now, mind you, I'm shocked as I'm standing next to a wrestling legend. You know, sorry, I'm in my car. I'm doing.
I know. We only have so much time, and I do want to honor you in a minute.
There we go. I have some
go.
renovations going on at my household. So, but still, so Mick blessed me. He did that on a blessing. I didn't pay for nothing. I didn't ask for nothing. He did that just on the strength. But what he saw was this TPW championship belt. Now, I'm going to get to Dario just a little bit more because I know you got a lot of stuff you want to ask me. Dario talked about me defending my belt, but Dario is actually running a great moment in TPW history. We were supposed to have the Hell Challenges, where new faces, people who hadn't got a chance to even touch the hem of the TPW championship, could get opportunities to get a chance to be great. But Dario ruined it because he wants to invoke his rematch clause. And see, last time I held his hand and I guided him. But this time I'm going to give him eternal sleep once and for all.
Yeah, Dario, I mean, obviously we asked him about this a few weeks ago and he was going to do it a different route, but instead he's decided to invoke his rematch clause. And this is an interesting strategy because it seemed like originally a few weeks ago that wasn't going to happen.
Right. And he ruined an opportunity for a new up-and-comer. But I'm not mad at him because if I was in his shoes, I'll get my rematch clause too. But this is the difference. Dario may have won Rookie of the Year, but sometimes when you ride so fast, you don't see the potholes in the street ahead. And for Dario,
all the time in sports, we see it sophomore slumps, right? We see all the time, right? Rookie of the Year, and then the next year something happens, whether it's an injury or it's a bad decision or whatever it is, and maybe Mr. Divine now that he's got a full year and guys like yourself and others are going to figure out the lover boy, maybe it's going to be a sophomore slump.
Maybe, but he got to fight for it. And honestly, should have took more time. I'd have had the belt. He could have had this rematch clause anytime.
But what do you think about also what he had to say today, saying that you're not a fighting champion. You're not going out there and defending the championship like previous champions, and himself he threw out there.
And I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to defending my belt, I will defend my belt. But my thing is, when I had the belt the first time and I was a fighting champion, I wasn't appreciated. They didn't appreciate the fact that I handmade my belt to show each stitch represent what I've done in this company. Now, before Dario, I was a run-in for the Rookie of the Year, but I'm not tripping off of that because I know my worth and I know my legacy in promo artistry as a whole. And as I said once and as I said it again, I am the precursor. I predate all of this, and I'm claiming what's mine. Now, honestly,
you have every right to do that.
And I want the upcoming talent. I want new faces. I want new people to come. I want new people to challenge the belt. I want a challenge. Last time I was the champion, I must admit, I got bored because everybody gave me the same promo. It was passionless. It was tasteless. And anytime you get from me, whether out of character or not, if I'm sick or not, you're going to get my best, win or lose. And you got to have that passion if you're going to have this belt. But if you didn't appreciate me when I had the belt the first time, you're going to hate me with the belt the second time. Because this ain't going nowhere.
Well, I mean, listen, and obviously a lot of comments. I will get to some people before I unveil what I want to do. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the sub button for us. Thank you, Rick Del Santo, checking in from PAPW and also the Pro Wrestling Wire. ProWrestlingWire.net, one of the premier sites out there. Our friend Courtney Wood does some writing, and also Rick knows the guys over in Pure Vanguard Wrestling, Gabe Sayers and Angel Santiago and Rad Dad, so on and so on. Randy Sean, thank you, Rick. Mini-Me, Eli, you rooting for the wrong team, my guy. That is Draquan. Draquan is, you did address Draquan earlier, and there's Dario. And Eli Bowman said that Hell Challenge could have been interesting. Definitely would have inserted my name.
Yeah,
also,
Eli
Elias
was definitely one of my shoe-ins.
Elias, I tell you what, Eli Bowman's really been one of the more improved people out there. And what do I think about Drew McIntyre winning the title? I mean, great for wrestling. I mean, great for SmackDown. I appreciate that.
But he's not Elias, though.
That's why I was going to also say
have people writing his stuff.
He's not a Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer either.
Right. Now
he is not
to the resume.
He is not a Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. You deserved it, and I was waiting for that. And we're going to bring Maxwell in a second, but I wanted this. You earned it, and you have done a lot, and we're making up for lost time. We're making up for the lack of appearances on Sportswire, and we're going to see you here each and every month on Sportswire with the TPW crew, and I promise you, the best is yet to come. And, boy, a lot of people have certainly chimed in. Eli and Tommy J are the up-and-comers to look out for. Yeah. Tommy J was impressive. I got to tell you, Tommy J tonight definitely showed me something a little bit. Eli Bowman is another up-and-comer. I'm excited about him. But let me get your tag team partner on to see what's a lot to say. I'm going to let him have the floor. And there he is.
What's up?
The light of TPW.
What's up, my deranged friend? Elias, is it great to be the greatest champions this company's ever seen, or what?
The best champions, the light and dark of TNA, the good. I mean, TPW, the good and bad.
Our match was incredible. We went at it. I said, I want the killer. I want the unhinged version. And he gave it to me. Watch the results tonight, Tom, and here. And new tag team champions.
And you guys, that's a good point because you guys, we know you guys are on top right now individually, but now collectively, you can really prove a point because the Enterprise, we saw Draquan earlier. We saw Loverboy, Dario Divine, and Comatose here, and they were talking about this, and Draquan had taken over here. They were going to fix what happened at the end. But now you guys really can prove a point that the Enterprise Money can't
Okay, it went
buy.
out on me.
Money can't buy what you guys have, and now you can reinsert yourself and show who's boss.
Reinsert. We're already inserted. Me and Elias are the greatest tag team in TPW, heavyweight and TPW champion. What more is there to say? They can't touch us.
Well, you got to get the belts. You got to get them right tonight. You said watch the results.
We're about to. We beat them before.
That's the reason why you're going to take something from the Enterprise, where they said they were going to take things from you. And we just heard from Dario and Comatose. And what did you think about what Comatose had to say about you? And what's going to happen? And AJ Storm's going to watch that match regardless of the outcome.
Comatose? You mean the meth dealer Justin Bieber? Like blah blah blah. That's all
I don't necessarily think they quite look alike, but I understand your point that you're not concerned about it. You're not at all worried about Comatose.
Not at all. Look, he's a footnote. He's an absolute trivia question. Which meth dealer did Maxwell Mangione make look really stupid that one time? Yeah, that's you, buddy.
So you're gonna burn. What you're saying is you're gonna burn him out.
I'm gonna smack him. He's afraid to fight me. I mean, blah blah blah. That's all he does in the locker room. He's just an absolute empty posture. It's all a front because he knows everything that he's wanted to have happen the last month didn't happen. He ran his mouth and expected his boys Dario and Jerry to come through and beat me and Elias. They didn't. They saw the lights, heard the 1, 2, 3, and lost him the right to choose the stipulation for our match. Then Dario goes on a losing tear. And now he's going to lose his tag titles to us and his shot at my belt, which I've had for months now. He's never touched this belt in his career. So it's funny that he likes to call it his belt. He's never even touched this belt once.
So I guess then it is a point to be made that Dario's going to have a sophomore slump, and it's going to start, this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the thing. I'm going to be honest, and I had technical difficulties a second ago, but I'm going to say this about Maxwell. Honestly, I wasn't looking for a tag team partner. I wasn't looking for an alliance. And I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. The invitation has never broken up. Family fights, but now the oldest is in charge. And with me in charge, there will be a whole new invitation, and the day of reckoning is coming, and there's no vacancies. But,
go ahead.
Maxwell, out of all the people in TPW right now, and honestly, I'm a little upset at Draquan, but Maxwell slapped me back when I was in a slump, woke me up, and woke up exactly who I was, and that was the deranged. And I went back and took what was mine, and he had what was his. And see, we have something that nobody else has right now, and it's not just the world champion and the TPW championship belts. It's the fact that we have a fire, and we are committed to whooping and slaying anybody that steps up to us. And nobody else has that. They're too busy trying to be flashy, spending money when we out here just kicking behind.
I think the point that you guys make is legitimate in the sense that you guys individually have those belts that we see right now, but to take those tag team championships away, I mean, there's nobody that could touch you guys, could be for months and years, if these results, and Rocky is going to go live. We're going to get off the air in about 5 minutes, and everybody wants to watch the results. We'll do that, I promise. But I think really the story isn't about the Enterprise and Draquan joining. The story tonight is about Elias and Maxwell Mangione taking the tag team championships, holding them with a firm grip, and keeping those world and heavyweight championships respectively. And there'll be nobody in the TPW locker room that'll come close to you guys. As a matter of fact, it might just be a tale of two TPWs if these results go the way you want them.
I mean, to be honest, it may get so bad that they may have to create a whole nother tag team set of belts just to make everybody else happy.
Oh my goodness. And I guess that maybe AJ Harrison wasn't, maybe instead of calling him, he got swerved, maybe AJ knew the writing was on the wall, and he figured, let me get out of there.
And he got to worry about Big Onk. Big Onk is out of rehab. Big Onk has eliminated himself from the Outlaw tournament. My uncle is for his head right now.
Well, he went after dumpsters. Yeah, I think AJ Harrison does have some issues, but maybe that wasn't so bad of a move, and forgetting the whole tag team situation Yeah, because right now it seems like with you guys and just inserting yourself the way you guys are, I legitimately think there might be for next month's show at TPW could be a tale of two TPWs here. There could be one set and then just you guys. That's it. Nobody else. Because combined, you'll have 4 championships. Who's going to touch that? The Enterprise couldn't do that.
But
When
this is the
we saw
beautiful
what happened
thing.
last year.
Bruh, this is the beautiful thing. And I know we're talking about us, but I always got to put my associates on. The rest of those belts, my associates are watching. They waiting, and they going to attack. And all of them are not invitation members. Some of them are the upcomers that I'm sitting there coaching out of the shadows.
So maybe you really then think that this whole thing with the Enterprise, it's all to quote Draquan, it's all smoke. It's all smoke and
It's
mirrors.
a washed up invitation. You add a mixture of the invitation, mix it with a little bit of coke, sprinkle a little bit of the 4 horsemen, and there you go. Boom. The Enterprise. A washed up hack Shawn Michaels, somebody who actually got talent, but he don't see how great he is because they just sucking all his energy off of him. And then you have somebody who just joined knowing that he's great by himself. He doesn't need an Enterprise. He's the king of freaking smoke, but that shows me how far my friend has fallen.
Dario wants to say the Enterprise did do it when Comatose was the Change of Fortune champion. I was the TPW champion, but you guys are the world and the world heavyweight champion. I think that would be a different point, no?
We did it way before they did.
Exactly.
They wanted to do that since the beginning, and we're just going to waltz into it. We're better than them in every way you slice it. Me and Elias are unbeatable. I want everyone to know that. When we realized we had a common enemy, Comatose, the cock that likes to crow, he ran his mouth. I called him out. He took his leave. His buddies couldn't cash the check. Me and Elias beat the Enterprise 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do it again. Life is good, man. Me and Elias.
You know, Maxwell, I got to ask you this because maybe in a way, what will be left of Comatose after what we just saw between him and AJ Storm? So for you, I mean, you got to be happy regardless of the outcome of that match because what's going to be left of Comatose?
Nothing. I mean, all he has is his streak, and he's just been yapping about that streak. I'm not a part of that streak. Elias ain't part of that streak, and that's all he has. He's cashed in.
Every time he faces Elias, he seems to fall into a coma.
I know. He ran his
mouth.
mouth.
Out that son of a gun.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I can tell you have a lot of comments, and Maxwell said hello. Thank you, Maxwell. Maxwell, you are an interesting guy. And the Psychotic Freak wanted to say that he's here to save the day with Freak Math. Thank you, Psychotic Freak. Draquan wanted to say, never falling off. I've been getting better and bringing the unexpected to TPW. Zilla wants to say hi. Thank you, Zilla. And also, AJ wants to say a toe is a small price to pay, Elias. I think if Big Up knows what's good for him, he'll stay away before he loses a lot more than a toe. And also, I wanted to say hello, gentlemen. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Give us about 5 minutes. We want to give the guys a few more minutes to talk about what's ahead here coming up. And so, I guess really at this point, it's the whole main thing of tonight's show. It's not about the Enterprise because closing the show is you guys. You guys are the ones closing the show.
The real champ.
As it should be. As it should be. They don't deserve us. We have the belts, and yet they still don't appreciate us. They call me a Craftsman champion. They call him a fake Mario brother. The disrespect of all the hard work, bloodshed, and tears we do for this.
But what did you think, though? Now, Dario made a point that you aren't defending the championship. You're not a fighting champion. What do you say toward that?
Well, right now we were building for up and comers, but he's jumping in the game, so he's not giving me an opportunity.
Man, let me cut in. Let me cut in. The Enterprise lies so much they contradict each other. It's so much that it's like when they breathe, they lie. It's all classic corporate lizard tongue Ivy League horse shit. They trick you with the silver words and the silver dollars, and then where'd my wallet go? These guys are scam artists, cryptocurrency frat boys that work for Zuckerberg. That's all they really are. It's always been my pleasure.
I didn't have Zuckerberg and crypto on my bingo card tonight, but I guess now I just did.
They are monopoly money, and we are the mint, baby. We are the real deal.
It's been my pleasure.
Federal Reserve, baby.
And
yeah.
Well, Psychotic Freak doesn't seem to like you, I guess. He says you're a wannabe Mario brother, but I don't see a Mario brother.
Who?
I see TPW. I see the TPW World Heavyweight Champion.
Thank you.
Never heard I see
the drum set behind you, and I see the TPW World Heavyweight Championship on your shoulder. So that's what
I'm
do
an
see.
artist. I'm an artist. This guy wouldn't know what art is if it hit him in the ass. I am a
Beautiful,
champion.
baby.
Come and take it.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't be able to comment on that. But I know you guys got to run. Do you guys have any final words for the tag team champions?
It's over with. We are the tag team champions. Spoiler
not
alert.
officially. Rocky hasn't given the results yet, to be fair.
Yeah, he doesn't have to give the results. We know the greatness.
We won. We might as well give it to us right now.
With respect, he does have to give us the actual results.
I know. We know that, Real.
He might as well give the belts to us now.
Know. The Enterprise is bankrupt. They're play money. They're not real.
They can't even beat us. We beat them before.
Yes.
And now they have Draquan. Oh, wow. Oh, Draquan. I beat him twice.
And I'm going to say one more thing before I go. When we beat them the last time, we were playing around. This time, we were actually serious. So there's no chance. Not the least bit.
Well, you know what? Dario wants to say this before we sign off, and I'll let Maxwell say a few final words. Maybe Elias, the Enterprise, set a new standard that forced the two top forces to team together, and AJ Harrison said he's still United Nations champion.
That's not true.
When Creed come for you.
When we teamed, Elias wasn't
trickling in. God.
When we teamed, Elias wasn't TPW champion, so that's not true. Once again, Dario the Lion Lover Boy strikes again. Boy, he needs a good working class ass kicking. And he will get it. Dario, I wish you'd say that to my face, because I'd put you in a South of Heaven choke slam right now. I've eaten burritos bigger than you. I'm a better champion than you. I'm better than you, period. You're low energy. You're mediocre on the mic. All you do is kiss Jerry Maine's ass.
I do love the Slayer reference, South of Heaven, but I do want to plug your Instagram. Do you have any final words before I let you go? And you guys go for the results and watch?
Yeah, we're the best champions in the league. And if you think you can take us in a fight, you better wake up from your dream and apologize.
Well, Draquan says, I've beaten both of you, so.
Once.
And I've also beaten you, Draquan. Remember, I'm undefeated in tag matches, Draquan.
I'll tell you what, this is exciting, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to give this to Elias when we're off the air. And I think Maxwell will join it next month. I think when we do the next month show, Maxwell will be joining, because this is very...
I got more to say.
Next month, we're going to definitely hit a drum skin there for you. But I know people want to go watch the results, and I want to thank you guys for a lot of fun. It was a lot more, I think, exciting than anybody expected. There it is. And also, Dario wants to say, didn't I beat you, Maxwell? And yeah, the talk continues. Go over to the TPW Instagram page. If Rocky's on the live, check out the live, and we'll do this again next month. We'll talk.
Didn't I beat you, Dario?
Chef 24/7 comedy. Follow it, baby.
And defended that. Yes, follow Elias on Instagram. Please follow TPW on Instagram. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Go watch the results. We're going to talk about it for next month and before that. And thank you, everybody. That is Elias of the Range Chef. That is the world champion. Also, that's the world heavyweight champion, Maxwell Mangio. These guys might be the tag team champion. They said they are going to be, but Rocky has to announce it. We'll certainly see. Everybody, please follow TPW. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. Your voice, figuratively and literally, with all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one global radio station, that is Sportzwire Radio, and also follow the Dawn of Combat. Yes, AJ Harrison, YouTube. Follow all the TPW talent that you saw on here, and do that. We'll see everybody, and have a